The book sale that happens every other month is today, so I'm going to do that. And I've got 20 bucks, so we'll see how far that gets me. It's $1 for a pocket book, whatever that means, $2 for a paperback, and $3 for a hardcover. And then I have to drive up to Baltimore to cat sit. So the next time you see me will probably be then. I don't want to terrorize all these old people at the book sale, so I probably won't film there. Hi, I'm in Baltimore with the cats, and my sister used to live in here and she moved out, so this room is really sad. It's just the remainder of her things. Crab, plants, that's it. It's really sad. Yeah, so I didn't record at the book sale. I don't know if I'll ever be able to bring myself to record in public, but I don't know if it's a success or a failure to get a bunch of books, but I used my $40. Here's stack 1 that I'm gonna go through, and stack 2 that I'm gonna go through. Yeah, I can't see people wanting to hear this, but I guess people watch book hauls. I don't know. Actually, here's the cat. I don't even know if this camera can zoom in. Oh. Hold up. Hold up. There he is. Yeah, that's baby cat. Okay, yeah, there's a baby cat and Monza. Baby cat is been pretty good so far, and Monza is an enigma. And I've only ever had dogs, so I don't really know what to do with cats. But I have one, or there's one here. Okay, I'm just gonna start. Naked by David Sedaris. I don't even know if it's worth holding up all the books and trying to get it to focus. I know of him. I have one of his books. I think this is one of his important books, and it was just sitting there for $3. So I was like, all right. And then I got A Farewell to Arms by Hemingway. This cover's really cool. I already have a copy of A Farewell to Arms, but it's kind of a special copy, so I got another one that I can give away. I tend to do that with my books, just like give them away in hopes that I can get people to actually read. And this is one that I've recommended to a few of my guy friends, and it's gotten them into reading, so I needed another one. Okay, and then I got A Month in the Country by J.L. Carr. I read this one this month on my Kindle, and it was good, so I wanted it in a physical copy. I might make a video again of what I read in April, so I won't really talk about it. It was a nice book. It was really simple, kind of like Perfect Days, if you've seen that movie. Almost like a slice of life type of deal. And then I got Foustus. Why? I don't know. Is this considered Gothic literature? I don't know. Let's pretend like it is. He's a common pop culture reference, so I figured I should read it. And then also this month I read The Monk. I made a review of that. So I got Northanger, who knows how the Brits say it, Northanger Abbey. I think it's, man, don't get mad at me for not knowing what these books are. This is like satire of Gothic literature, I think. But I was like, well, I read one actual one. I could probably read one making fun of it. And then, look at this. That's like a $30 book right there. Yup. Focus. I could have just told you it was $30. It's $30. That's not why I got it. It's the same Anthony Doerr. He wrote All the Light We Cannot See. So, and I really liked that book. The writing was beautiful. The pacing was good. The plot was original. I tried watching the Netflix adaptation. Not worth my eyeballs. Not worth it. Yeah. I don't really know what it's about, but it's a sick cover. Set in Constantinople in the 15th century. Alright, whatever. Has anyone read it? I don't know. If you have, tell me it's good. And this is one that was on my Goodreads to be read. My cousin recommended it to me, so when I happened to see it there, I was like, just grabbed it. It is, doesn't even give a abstract. I hate when books don't give an abstract anywhere. It doesn't make sense. Maybe it's really common and people know what this book is about. A space saga awesome in conception and a riveting novel of conflict, love, loss, and survival. Who knows? He recommended the last lecture and that was garbage, so how much can you trust him? I don't know. And then I got The Jungle by Upton Sinclair. I've been looking for this one at the book sale for a few months. Because apparently he wrote it as a critique of capitalism, but people were so taken aback by the conditions of the factory that they totally missed that point of what he wrote, and just created food labor or food laws, whatever. But I figure I'd read it to see how a man who supports the working class writes. And then got some more Hesse. I've read 2.5 of Hesse's books. I didn't get all the way through A Journey of the East, or Journey to the East. I always get book titles wrong, I'm sorry. But I just saw I hadn't heard of this one, but the back says, novel of two medieval men, one quietly content with his religion and monastic life, the other in fervent search of more worldly salvation. Hell yeah, that's my type of book. Who knows when I'll get to it. And then short story by Steinbeck, The Pearl. I read this a long time ago, and I never had a physical copy of it. I think it was on my Kindle. So for $1, I got a copy. I read it, I must have been 17 or 18, and I liked it. I liked the story. It has something to do with a pearl. People are like fighting over this pearl that these other people found. Do I have the wrong story? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can recommend this. I don't remember it. Okay, and then I believe these are both fiction books. I only have, okay, this one has a thrift book thing on it. I only have 2 or 3 NYRB books, and I've read, yeah, I have 3. I've read 2 of them. There's something very aesthetically pleasing about the NYRB books, and I saw maybe 4 today at the book sale, but only these 2, the back cover interested me, so I was like, okay, I'll get them. The one is A Fairly Good Time by Gallant, and the other is The Go-Between by Hartley. And this has an introduction by Colm Toibin. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I know of him, so I was like, alright, he's writing introductions for it. It's probably good. And then my sister, who moved to where I live, actually got to go to the book sale, and she really likes poetry, so I was like, please grab me a book of poetry. And she gave me this, Love Poems by Nikki Giovanni. I've heard of Nikki Giovanni. I imagine this is about love. Yeah. Oh, must have been a grandma's book. Sometimes you find some weird... How do people get cameras to focus in on YouTube? Okay, that might be focused. Yeah, anyways, now you've seen that. There, well. Okay, and then moving into my non-fiction acquisitions. I got Race to the Pole. It's about Scott, whatever his name is, Captain Scott. He's a famous, maybe the most famous Antarctic adventurer. And that exploration really interests me. So I figured I would enjoy this book. But Antarctica is kind of funny. They want to go study it scientifically and just find out that it's all ice. Like, it's like if we went to Mars and we finally got to Mars and we're like, it's all rock. Like, it's more than the US or Europe in ice. Anyways. And then also this month I read A Girl's Story by Erno. So I found these two Erno books in the memoir section. The Years, which I think might have brought her some of her acclaim. Sorry if I'm wrong. And A Man's Place. I don't know what either of these are about. I'm sorry if it's pissing people off that I have these books and I don't know what they're about. Months after she passed her practical examination for a teaching certificate, her father died. Okay. And considered personal narrative of the period 1941 to 2006, told through the lens of memory, impressions, past and present. That's what attracted me to A Girl's Story so much, was how she spoke about memory. She really captures the like dreamy non-reality of memory. So I wanted to read more of her stuff. Okay, and then I got three dry philosophy texts. Kant on education. Could I understand a critique of pure reason? Probably not, but can I understand man can only become man by education? He is merely what education makes of him. Okay, maybe I can't. But anyways, it seemed interesting. And then a YouTuber recommended Either Or by Kierkegaard. I know that he, like Kant, is notoriously difficult to understand. Maybe this one is a bit more introductory. But my understanding is that he's the anxiety philosopher who kind of centered anxiety. So, as an anxious boy, I figured, who even knows if that's what this is about? An exploration of what Kierkegaard called the aesthetic and ethical ways of living. Alright. I wonder if... Is this why that Elliott Smith album is named Either Or? I don't know. And then lastly, The World of Perception by Merleau-Ponty. Merleau-Ponty. I'm sorry if that's wrong. I'll just stop saying... If it's wrong, it's wrong. I don't know. I read an overview of him in one of Bakewell's books. She really likes him, and I really liked her. So therefore, potentially I'll enjoy this. I think he's like a phenomenologist. I feel like I'm just being a dumbass. That's like what this YouTube channel is for. Yeah. Who knows? And then those are all the books I got. And I'm reading this fuck shit for book club. It won the Hugo Award. Is that like a child's award, like Nickelodeon? I don't know. I got like 2 pages in and I was like, this is a young adult novel. I don't know why everybody voted for it in book club. So it's fine. I'm reading it really quickly, but I'm gonna finish it tonight for book club on Sunday. But yeah, it's just childish, which I'm gonna tell the boys that. And then I was thinking of reading all of the Brothers Karamazov this weekend and making a challenge out of it and seeing if I could read it in, I guess, 2 days. But now that I'm here alone in this house, I don't feel particularly motivated to do that. But I might. And if I do, I'll make, I guess, like a reading vlog video of it, which I haven't done. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, hopefully the audio's not fucked in this, and I didn't give too much insight into anything that I got. But that's life. I'll see you whenever I make the next video. Peace. This is Baby Cat. I don't think he has a name. His name's just Baby Cat. Yeah, I don't know how cats work, so I don't really know how you like attract them or whatever. But he's pretty chill. Like, they don't know their names, right? Baby Cat. Yeah. Anyways.